हॅलो एव्हरीवन. आपण काल विटॅमिन्स हे बीट स्टार्ट केलं होतं. आज आपण विटॅमिन एच्या नंतर विटॅमिन डी याचा अभ्यास करणार आहोत. सो लेट स्टार्ट टुडेज बीट, दॅट इज विटॅमिन डी. So we know that commonly to vitamin D there are several terms which we use oftenly, that may include calciferol, antirachitis because of its function. It is also called as antirachitis, and the most common which we use oftenly, that is sunshine vitamin. Why we call it as sunshine vitamin? Because we know that it is the only vitamin which is synthesized in our body, in human body, and that is in the presence of sunlight. So you have to keep in mind the common names or the common terms which are used for vitamin D, that is calciferol and sunshine vitamin, and it is also called as arjocalciferol. Again, it is also called as antirachitis. So these are common terms. Now the next one, that is the common sources of vitamin D. So vitamin D is commonly found in fish liver oil, cod liver oil, egg yolk, the animal liver, and mushrooms. These are the common sources of vitamin D, and as I have said already, it is the only vitamin which is synthesized in presence of sunlight in our own body. So these are the common sources. Now next one, that is the daily requirement. So the minimum requirement of vitamin D in adult human being, that is 600 international units, while in case of children also it is 600 international unit. Comparatively it is more in case of children because of their growth period or because of their developing stages. It is required in more quantity than compared to the adult ones. Now let us see the functions of vitamin D. The first function we know very well, that it regulates the absorption and utilization of calcium as well as phosphorus. Then these processes, means regulation of absorption and utilization of calcium and phosphorus, leads to the strengthening of bones, or leads to the strengthening of skeleton. Then again, it increases the active and passive transport of calcium through small intestine. So these are two main physiological functions of vitamin D. Now let us see if there is deficiency of vitamin D, or if the daily requirement of vitamin D, that is 600 international unit, is not given to that human being, what will happen? So there are certain deficiencies which are caused by the deficiency of vitamin D, which includes the first one, that is called as rachitis, or it is also called as rickets. So in this disease, or it is also called as osteomalacia, rachitis, or rickets, these are the common names of a single deficiency which is caused by the disorder which is caused by the deficiency of vitamin D. The common symptoms of this rachitis or rickets include the softening of bones. Sometimes the bones become weak and brittle. If the deficiency is prolonged, the bones become little bit brittled. Again, it causes bending of long bones, like the bones of hand or leg. There is somewhat bending of these long bones, as well as in case of teeth also, as we know that for the normal development and growth of bones and teeth, calcium is very important, and if there is deficiency of vitamin D, the calcium cannot be formed in the required amount, and therefore there is abnormality in the development of bones and teeth. Then again, the ribs become headed, or somewhat the structure of ribs becomes somewhat curved, and it may be deformed, producing the conditions which is called as pigeon breast. In case of human being, such type of condition is formed. In medical term we call it as pigeon breast, because there is bending of the bones because of lack of calcium. There is improper growth of the longer bones, especially the ribs. and there is development of a somewhat bended structure which leads to the formation of pigeon breast. Now the second one, that is called as celiac rickets. Second deficiency which is caused by vitamin D. Second abnormality which is caused by the deficiency of vitamin D, that is celiac rickets. So in this there is a defective absorption of calcium. There is a defective absorption, and due to the defective absorption of this calcium in fat, there are certain physiological abnormalities like the diarrhea, skeletal deformities, anemia, and in some patients there is dwarfing, means there is improper growth of that individual. Again, a similar condition in case of adult is found, and that is called as idiopathic steatorrhea. Idiopathic steatorrhea. Same condition is there in case of children as well as adult also. Then relative quantity of calcium and phosphorus is lost through feces because of improper or defective absorption of calcium. In case of celiac rickets, what happens? There is defective absorption of fat and calcium, and because of that there are some conditions like diarrhea and loss of calcium and phosphorus in the form of the fecal matter or the excretory matter. There is failure of intestines to absorb the calcium and fat. In celiac rickets, what happens? There is failure of intestines. The intestines, the small intestines cannot reabsorb the fat and calcium. Now the next deficiency, the next abnormality, that is hypocalcemia. In this case, the blood has low level of calcium, as the name indicates. Hypo means lower than the normal level. So hypocalcemia, calcemia means calcium. Decreased level of calcium cause this deficiency called hypocalcemia. And this in this case, if the deficiency is prolonged, then there are some abnormalities leading to dental changes, cataract, and alteration in the brains, as well as it leads to osteoporosis. Next stage of hypocalcemia is osteoporosis. Osteo means bones. Porosis means formation of pores. The bones are weakened, they become brittle, and there is formation of small pores. As they become weak, there is formation of pores. So it is called as osteoporosis. So in short, we can keep in mind the common names of vitamin D, the common sources of vitamin D, the daily requirement of vitamin D, and the physiological functions of vitamin D. Depending on the physiological functions, we can explain the deficiencies or the abnormalities caused by their deficiency. Mainly, the main abnormalities are related to bones and development of bones and teeth, and these abnormalities are characterized in 4 heads only: rachitis or rickets, celiac rickets, hypocalcemia, and osteoporosis. So this is about, in short, vitamin D. Now in next period we will see the next vitamin, that is vitamin E.